It's Citizenship Week in Canada, and there are special ceremonies happening right across the country. One of them took place in the heart of downtown Toronto this morning, way up high. CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick was up there, way up high. Hey, you still are up there.
I am still up here. We're up on the observation deck, and it was just a little while ago this morning that the ceremony wrapped up. 4 brave women, 2 brave men deciding to take their oath of citizenship while on the CN Tower's EdgeWalk. So that's 116 stories above solid ground, out on a little ledge, attached to the landmark by a harness and some cables. They raised their right hands, Rashmi. They took their oath while leaning out over the city of Toronto. Then they came back inside to finish the ceremony, sign their certificates. They sang the national anthem, and then they told us what it was like to take part in such a nerve-wracking ceremony and what it means to them to now call themselves Canadian citizens. Let's take a listen to a little bit of what some of the 6 new Canadians told us. Take a listen.
It's a wonderful day. We had a good weather, and it's a great way to become a Canadian. Like, the view takes your breath away. Like, you forget about all your nervousness and everything. Like, it's so great up there. Like, I can't even explain it.
I would say the first 30 seconds was a bit, I was a bit nervous, and then my heart was like pounding, and then after that, I got a bit more comfortable.
I feel so lucky. I feel so blessed. It's honestly, this day will be always in my memory. October 9th, perfect.
And she mentioned the weather there, Rashmi. It was a foggy morning here in Toronto early this morning, but it did clear up, so it was a beautiful day for them to be out there, to become Canadian citizens. Those 6 people are originally from 6 different countries, including Armenia, Iraq, India, the Philippines, Ukraine, and Jamaica. And as you heard in those clips there, they are very proud to now call Canada home, to be Canadian citizens. They say they look forward to contributing more to this country. You heard the emotion in those clips there. Some nerves, but a lot of excitement and pride here at the CN Tower this morning.
And this was a high-level ceremony in more ways than one, right? The Minister of Citizenship was also there.
Yeah, he was literally out there with the 6 new Canadians taking part in the ceremony along with a judge and a clerk. We had a chance to speak to Ahmed Hussein before he went up, before the ceremony, and he told us how happy he was to be here today to take part in what is one of several ceremonies this week as part of National Citizenship Week. He represents a riding from Toronto, so he was really happy to be on the EdgeWalk, on the CN Tower, taking part. Here's some of what he told us.
I can tell you from personal experience, the day that I took the oath, it meant so much to me to finally take that last step of integration into the Canadian family. It means so much I can assure you, it means so much to each and every one of them, and they may have taken different journeys to get to this point, but the end result is amazing. We're one of the few countries that does a citizenship ceremony.
Now, he told us after it was all over, Rashmi, that it was an exciting experience, an exhilarating experience, that he was so happy to watch the expressions on the faces of the 6 people as they were taking their oath, that was memorable for him. And also, again, talking about how he reflects on his own citizenship ceremony that he took part in over 10 years ago. He came to Canada as a refugee. So he's saying when he takes part in these ceremonies, it's also very personal for him. He knows what these people are going through because he's done it himself. So he was here today, and then he had to carry on to catch a flight because he was heading out to Vancouver to take part in another ceremony. So a lot of them going on this week, but I think this one that happened here in Toronto, the CN Tower, can claim to be the most unique and perhaps most nerve-wracking ceremony for these new Canadians being sworn in this week. Rashmi?
Thanks, Megan.